Hey everyone, it's Mike Andes, and today we're going to be doing a short consulting call with a part-time business owner. He's been doing his lawn care business on the side. He had as many as about 20 customers, but it's actually been dwindling down to 5. He's gone through some surgeries, he's disabled, and so there's a lot of obstacles. However, he's wondering how he can take the business full-time and not just do it on a part-time basis.
This has to work for me. I'm all in and I'm 100%.
There's actually a time when you can read too many books, watch too many of my videos, go to too many conferences, and get too much information and not actually execute on what's going to double, triple, quadruple the size of the business when you're smaller. I hope it's a good listen. Let's go and roll the tape.
Oh man, how you doing, man? It's finally definitely a pleasure to meet you, Mike, man. Thank you for taking out the time out your day to talk to me. And I really, man, I'm nervous as heck. I ain't even gonna lie.
You're good. You're
I'm
good.
nervous, man.
I do have a hard stop, but so let's just dig right into your questions.
Yeah.
And let's as much value as I can give here in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, man. So, as you already know a little bit of my backstory, with how I got into lawn care, I wasn't supposed to do it. It became a passion for me. And little by little, like my own yard became a canvas to the point where I had cars stopping and asking me. And then that's how I developed my customers along the way. This year, I started to like run a business without me realizing I was running a business, doing it on the side. And the thing was, I love it. I fell in love with what I was doing. And so I think I'm at a point right now where I was able to make money this year on a part-time basis. And what I did was I didn't pay myself. I don't care about paying myself. What I got from it, I already paid myself. And that was being outside in nature and loving what I'm doing. And so, and being able to support my family and my kids, that's all that matters to me. So I didn't pay myself, but what I did was I took the money and I'm kind of taking your advice and all the books that I read from you, Paul Jameson, and a lot of entrepreneurs like ourselves. And I want to make sure that wherever I invest, because I'm not rich. And I was broke. If I tell you my story, like we all have a backstory, and I just want to know, like, what would you do in my position, like as far as like where to invest the money, like where to first start at, like where to put the money at to try to win, because this has to work for me. I'm all in and I'm 100% in as far as my family agreeing to what I'm doing, the time I invested, with just collaborations and just being so involved, man. And I love it. I love it. That's why I'm doing it, because I've never found a passion ever in my life. And it took for me to get injured and go through what I went through in order to find what I really love to do. So that's my question to you, Mike. And I put the money at, like, as far as with marketing, like how would you strategize it? I kind of have an idea, but I would love to hear from you.
Yeah. So right now, how much money are we talking about? Is it a matter of like future profits where do I put that money? Or is it a matter of I have X amount and I don't know where to put it?
So right now I have like 7 to 8 grand. I had about like, it was like 19. And what I did was I'm trying to buy everything. Like I developed that money this year and I'm trying to like and I did it part-time. That's why I'm proud of myself. That was part-time with me putting a stipulation on myself, and like because I had to watch my son. I know I'm disabled and stuff, and I'm doing it, So with that being said, I did it part-time, and I felt like I've done so well. Like I want to go like full in and like be able to grow the business enough to where if one day I want to pass it on and my son wants to take it to the next level, I want to be able to provide that for them.
Yes, like in any business, there's only really 4 constraints. You have liquidity, you have leads, you have labor, or you have leadership. Right now, you
Hmm.
don't need leadership. You don't have general managers. You don't have laborers,
Hmm.
in terms of employees yet. And so really it's a matter of you either have a cash problem or you have a leads problem, liquidity. And so I'd say at $6,000, $7,000, you're close on liquidity, but it sounds like to me the growth of the business happens when you get more leads. And
Yeah.
so unlocking how do we get more leads is the problem. And I don't think this is a matter of having enough money to go spend money on Facebook ads and Google ads and doing a big campaign or getting an agency, etc. This is a matter
Yeah.
of I need a website and I need to be able to go to door and knock on doors and talk to people and get in front of people. And so like right
Yeah.
now, how many customers do you have on a recurring basis right now?
Yeah. So before I had all my surgeries during COVID, I had 15. I had 15 to 20. And that was by choice because I was only taking in what I could do. Then I fell into a medical issue where I had to have like another 6 surgeries. Like literally like a year and a half ago, about like 2 years ago, was in a wheelchair, all that stuff. And moving forward, right now I just kept five. So I got five. I had one that dropped, and I kind of want to drop one just because he's a pain. Like he don't like paying. Sometimes he likes like dictating, and I know, getting, uh, that's something that I'll deal with next year. But I think next year I'm raising the prices on him just because it's a lot of work for his property. But yeah, so I know I put the stipulation on myself because I couldn't take on anymore because, as you know, I was doing it in the minivan. And I brought a trailer. I was doing it in the minivan with all this equipment. And honestly, I think I broke the last minivan we had. I didn't tell my wife, but I think I broke it doing snow removal, hugging the, pulling the thing. We blew the engine, and that's why we had to get into another family vehicle. But thankfully, it was paid off already, so that helped.
Yeah, like
That
the,
the
the good
vehicle
news
was paid.
the good news is you double the business if you get five more customers. And so this is the numbers. This is a numbers game, and I genuinely believe the best place to go here is door knocking or door hangers.
Okay.
And so, like, if you have instant price door hangers, for example, for mowing or property cleanups, and you're going from door to door and there's a price on there, excellent. Better yet, if you knock on the door and talk to the person, you have a great story, you have great personality, great eye contact, you can sell. And so, the difference between 5 and 10 customers would double your business. The difference between 5 and 10 customers is likely less than a week's worth of knocking on doors and doing door hangers, could potentially be even a day or two. And so this is not a matter of where do I put the money. This is a matter of where do I put my time. Because at 5 customers, you have more time than you have money. And so I
Hmm.
would I would encourage when it comes to leads is now the bottleneck. We know we need more customers. We will not
Yeah.
build this business on 5 customers. If leads
Nope.
is the problem, how am I getting at leads? Well, I'm either going to expend time or I'm going to expend money. I have more time available right now because I only have 5 customers than I do have money, $6 or $7,000. And so the immediate solution here is go spend time. Don't spend the
Yeah.
money, spend time. So the question of where do I spend the money, it's actually a matter of how do I go get more leads, and do I do it with money or do it with time? And at that amount of money and the number of customers you have, I would focus on doing things that take time. I'd also be like, okay, every day I'm going to post in local Facebook groups. I am going, I'm going to do one a day. I'm going to choose my top 10 or 15 local neighborhoods. I'm not going to be pitchy. I'm not going to salesy. I'm not going to call me now. I'm just going to share before and after pictures. I'm going to share a picture of my truck. I'm going to be more locally minded and focused. That's where my focus would be. That and doing door hangers. Like I genuinely believe you could literally, very possible. We see it all the time inside of Augusta. People getting 3, 4, 5 customers a day from doing door hangers.
Right. Right. Yeah, no, and that's how I plan on attacking the market. And I'm so eager. I can't wait till like the snow till all this passes because I'm so eager to get out there early winter, I'm talking like late winter, early spring. Like I'm gonna go out there very hard. I want to spend money in that and door hangers and postcards and kind of use like the strategies so I can grow, at least get like my goal is to get 36. I want to have 36. If I make it to more, fine. But this year I'm also purchasing a truck because like I can't continue to do it. So me and my wife, we talked about it. I got to purchase a truck, which I'm going to do when I get back from probably from your blue collar summit. It just doesn't make sense business wise to like purchase a truck when I'm not really like out there 100%. So I'm just holding off on that. I can always get that. Not concerned. But the only difference that's going to be different this year going into 2025 is that I'm going in full time. Like I'm putting that time that you just said. So I was, because this is my first time ever like doing anything with booking, and I'm learning the numbers. That's why I want to go to the Blue Collar Summit, because you guys talk about how you got to know your numbers. It doesn't matter if you don't know how to read, or it doesn't matter if you don't know how to do certain things, but you definitely got to know the basics of the numbers of what you're doing. So that's where I wanna learn and pick up and develop more in that area so I could become a better business operator. And the goal is to make enough money. It's gonna hurt me, but I want to join Augusta. That's my goal. So I'm gonna reach it, and I know I'm gonna get there with God's help. And lawn care has been endless opportunities. And I know this year I kind of had to focus more on like, playing around with social media a little bit more so than being out there with the customers. But that was more of a health decision because I had to watch my kid, and I was still getting over the surgeries and all that stuff, so I had to take it easy, like real big. Like, so going into this year, now that I can be out there and go door to door, I want to hit strategically Fairfield, Milford, Bridgeport, like in the areas that I want to work in, and just target just those areas. I've even went as far as calling the billboard ad on the highway. I don't know if I should pull the trigger for the spring for that. I know he was telling me maybe I can get up for like 1,500 or 1,200 for a whole month. Man, I just want to grow, and I'm inspired by you guys. I watch a lot of videos. I try to read a lot. One thing that I've grown in 2024 is picking up a book, Mike. Is just picking up a book and being able to read and trying to educate myself in the area that I love to do the most.
Yeah, like
So I appreciate it.
realizing the bottleneck is super important because like even new information like podcasts, books, videos, etc., that's helpful, but really
Hmm.
it's a matter of identifying the constraint and then attacking it. And
Yeah,
you only need more information or education once you hit a new constraint that you don't have the resources or information to be able to overcome. And right now, I genuinely believe the difference between you having 5 customers and 50 customers is the only thing required is one skill, and that is knocking on doors and doing door hangers. And so
yeah,
any other information outside that, like literally, like, if I was you, I would stop watching my videos. I would stop watching podcasts. Stop watching videos because we know what is the next step of the business. Once you
yeah.
hit 50 customers, now you need an employee. Now you need to learn management skills. Then there needs to be another unlock of education or like training yourself. But until then, execution is required, not more information.
Got you. I definitely agree. I couldn't agree with you. I agree with you 100%, Mike. And that's exactly what I'm focused on doing. And I'm gonna take your advice on doing that, because I think sometimes we do get caught up into a lot of the videos and stuff, and we kind of condemn ourselves. One of the things you mentioned in the video this morning was how, it's a little nerve-wracking to put up all this money. And I told you in the beginning, I was poor growing up, so I treasure every little dollar that I get, and I'm so careful because I was poor. There were times I didn't know where certain things was coming, and I appreciate the blessings that God has given me, my home, to be able to sustain my family, and I'm just trying to protect it, man. And I just want to build something, and just so I can feel good. It's more for myself than anybody else, and I'm gonna do it. And I know I'm gonna get there step by step. And I was afraid, just so you know, I was afraid to spend the money to go to the Blue Collar Summit. My wife just like shook me and said, "Let me tell you something. If you want to grow, you talk about it all the time on your podcast. Don't be a hypocrite." She told me, "If you want to grow, you got to spend the money." You put out a video the other day. I put out hundreds of thousands of dollars in seminars and entrepreneurs, and you just got to do it. I've already regained my money back, and so I'm going off of that faith. I have that much faith, even though I don't have the money and the capital to back. But I'm going off of faith, bro, and I'm going to make this happen. And I'm prepared for some failures, because I know along the way there's going to be some failures. It's not going to be easy, but I'm in it for the long haul, man. And I appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
My pleasure, brother. You wish you all the best. I can't wait to see you in January.
Yeah,
Look
man.
forward
You
to it,
too,
man.
man. I'm fired up, man. Hey, real quick, is there any way I do a host a show, right?
Mhm.
Every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I will either alter it. If you can, if you can't, I still love you, my brother. I would love to just have you on for like 1 minute, just so
How
you
about
can.
this? I'll get the recording of this. The media team will chop it up, and I'll give it to you as a link, and then you can share that.
You the man. You the
Okay,
man, man.
brother.
I appreciate you, man. I can't wait to meet you.
Okay, you get have a
All
good
right.
one, brother.
God
Take care,
bless,
Danny.
man. Take care.
You
Yep.
too. Bye bye.